All right, welcome back to Bayou Time, and as we've been announcing throughout Bayou Time for the last month or so, any candidate who is going to put themselves up for public office, Martin has extended the invitation to invite them to come on to Bayou Time and introduce themselves and announce their candidacy for a race. And joining us now is a candidate for State Representative District 53, and she is Miss Theresa Ellender. And Miss Ellender, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Jason. It's great to be here. I appreciate it.
Sure. And we were just talking through the break about qualifying. It ends tomorrow. And, I know State District 53, that state rep seat, used to be held by State Representative Baldone, right. And you are announcing that you are going to run for that seat.
I am. I am running, and tomorrow I'll be qualifying.
Okay.
So just kind of waiting till the very last minute to do it.
All right.
And I just kind of keep the suspense going a little longer.
All right.
And no, I'm really looking forward to it. I think that it's a great district, and I think the people need a good representative.
And let's talk a little bit. Let's introduce yourself. For anybody who doesn't know you already, just give them a little introduction about yourself, where you're from, and things of that nature.
Sure. Well, my name is Theresa Ellender. I'm married to Wallace Ellender. He's a sugarcane farmer down in Berg. That's where we live. And I grew up in a military family. My dad was Navy, career Navy, retired as a captain, and then he got involved with oil, which brought us down here. And so we've lived here. I graduated from Terrebonne High School. I went away to school, and much to my husband's chagrin, I went to Alabama. And then I graduated from there, came back here, and my father died and everything, took care of everything here. And then I relocated over to Dallas, where I lived and grew up, did several different things there, and then I decided it was time to come back here, and I came back here, and so I've been here for like almost 10 years now.
Okay, so you're very familiar with all the
Yes.
local issues that are going on now.
Absolutely.
We just had this storm that really, it was only a tropical storm, but as we were talking through the break, the farm there that Wallace and all have is still kind of underwater. So I guess you know a little bit about the flooding going on.
Oh yes, we're very, very aware of what's going on with the lack of drainage, and well, maybe you can really get into that. Everybody suffers, but it really does suffer. The crop, when it's underwater, it's not only affecting this year's crop, but it grows. There's 3 years worth of crop in the root system.
Okay.
So when that is underwater, it's affecting future. So it's really definitely affecting things. And we look at, went driving around in the district and was looking at some of the causes. And I'll tell you, when you have a large bayou like Terrebonne, and then you have an itty-bitty gate at Madison Canal.
Right.
That's like building a highway that's six lanes wide, right in the middle of rush hour. You decide to shut it off, and you'll bring everybody to one lane.
Right.
I mean, all the way over here, I tried to get here at a regular, normal time, and just going over the overpass, everything got shut down to one lane, and there was a backup all the way to practically Prospect. So it's the same thing with the bayous. They back up because there's not enough. They can't get through that gate fast enough.
And let's talk about with District 53. It's it's a district that has a lot of variety to it. But what do you see as the main issue for District 53?
Well, Jason, I think there's basically 4 issues that's going to affect the district and that Baton Rouge needs to address. And the first one definitely is the economy, and then the family. Hurricane protection, most definitely. And the 4th one is constitutional rights, or our constitutional liberties, not necessarily rights, but our liberties. Now, in regard to the economy, we need to combat these oppressive regulations that are going on right now on businesses that's stifling business and stifling the economy. And then we also need to promote business-friendly policies. And then most importantly, we need to rein in government spending. I mean, we can't have a solid economy without a solvent government. I mean, they go hand in hand. And we see that on the national level. The thing about it is it's also true on the state level. Now, there are some states that are turning around, like Chris Christie in New Jersey, and there's some others, but then you've got like California. Ooh, and we don't want to be like that. So you need to have somebody that understands the theory of different kinds of economic theories and understand what Keynesian theory is, which is what's coming out of Washington, and be able to resist it.
Okay.
So, the economy, number one. Number two, the family. And I'll tell you what, the family is really important because you talk about protecting the life of the unborn, the elderly, the infirmed. Those are just really, those are state issues. And you need to send someone up there that's going to do that, protect and defend their lives, as well as school choice. Because education belongs in the hands of the parents and not the state. The state needs to get out and let the parents decide how they want their child and our children educated. And then what's coming down is traditional marriage. And I believe, and I would stand firm, that traditional marriage is defined as a covenant between one man, one woman, nothing else. That's it. Those are the two out of the four.
Okay, and not to interrupt you, when you talk about family and those abortion issues that you brought up and,
Right.
and marriage and how to define it, I know there is, what we have from the Supreme Court of the United States, but you mentioned you think it's a state issue. So I guess you would be in favor of making a state law to abolish abortions.
I would definitely make some kind of law that would prevent abortion.
Okay.
All the way back from conception.
And make
Yes,
it
I believe
as a state right as opposed to, the federal government
Right,
coming
the
in and
federal
control
government,
everybody.
and that gets down to our constitutional liberties. The federal government is this tyrannical, overreaching, overbearing, centralized, one-size-fits-all for everybody, and that's not true. That is not the way it works. The state of Louisiana, if the state of Louisiana wants to ban abortion or prevent abortion, abortion on demand at any time, then that legalized, then each state should be able to do so, and I believe that that's the direction, that's the correct direction for the state of Louisiana. And I believe that the Louisianans feel that way too,
Okay.
the majority of them.
And speaking about constitutional rights, you had mentioned economy, family, hurricane protection, and constitutional rights. If you can elaborate more about your
the
platform
liberties
regarding that.
Okay, the constitutional liberties. And it goes back to having small government. And with small government is less taxes, less spending, and when you lower your spending and you get it under your income, which is smaller government, and the way you're going to do that is government's going to have to cut itself. And say, hey, we got to get rid of some of this fat on ourselves. Reduce the size of government. Small government breeds good government. Small government requires self-governance among the people. So individuals, the people of 53, they can take care of themselves. We can take care of ourselves. And so we don't need the government, federal or state, in there telling us, mandating, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, because we have a mind of our own. We're quite capable of managing business, our families, our lives, without government, without a nanny state, quite frankly. So, and then, so with the small government, also, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is so under attack, like with hate speech. I mean, what is that? What is this political correctness? People should be able to express themselves without the fear of retribution for saying something that they feel or they think. And right now, that's on the state level that's going to be making those kind of decisions.
And not to interrupt you, because I know you have a lot that you want to get out there, but as we're trying to keep it down to be fair with time, we have about a minute left.
Oh, okay.
Hurricane protection, you mentioned that. Obviously, we just went through a storm.
Yes.
What do you see as a representative of District 53 that you can do to move forward with that?
Well, the three areas. I would advocate to the acceleration of the Morganza to the Gulf, number one. And then we have got to build on the restoration of the barrier islands. And then third, with freshwater diversion projects, we need to prioritize those and avoid the ones that would harm our saltwater industries. But Jason, guess what?
What's that?
I have a website.
Okay.
How about that?
All right. So you can go there, I guess, to see more of your views as we're running out of time. All
That's
right.
Well, let me tell you the website. It's www, of course, Theresa, Theresa, Ellender, ELLENDER.com. Or you can also follow me on my Facebook page. It's Theresa Ellender, just plain old Theresa Ellender. And you can like me, and then when you do that, you'll be updated on what's going on in the campaign and having all that fun. Now, also on Thursday nights, this is the big thing. On Thursday nights from 6 to 7 at Bayou Coffee Shop, I have a meeting every Thursday night now until the 6th of October, including this Thursday, to be able to discuss views with my constituents. And they're all welcome.
All right.
At Bayou Coffee Shop.
Very good. We wish you well, as we do to all the candidates in the race, and we thank you for putting yourself up for public service.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it.
There you have it. Ms. Theresa Ellender, now a candidate, or will be tomorrow, a candidate for State Representative, Seat District 53. With that, we'll take a break. When we come back, To Your Health with Terrebonne General Medical Center. It's National Whole Grains Month, so Martin will have Jamie Luke on, Clinical Nutrition Manager at Terrebonne General Medical Center.